You kick it off, mate.
And welcome back, guys.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, mate.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk American Gods.
Let's talk the season finale and the one that preceded it, which we didn't do one for because we're rolling them into one big one because the one before nothing really happened.
Nothing happens.
Just a road movie and a period drama smashed together,
Everyone loves a period drama.
which was definitely filler. And with 8 episodes a series, I don't think you should have that much filler.
Not at all.
Yeah. Listen, right. What did you think of the season finale of American Gods?
I think I've got very similar thoughts to you, which are
I don't think you do.
okay. Let me give you my thoughts. Wow, that was not enough for me to be like, I can't wait for this to return
Yeah.
because I'm actually
Yeah.
thinking, I kind of don't care.
Yeah. No, you are in a way you are thinking what I'm thinking. Listen, the episode in seclusion was was good. I still like the characters. I still like how it's made. I still like what it's doing. I like it. Okay? But it doesn't give enough back. I'm already sold. I'm a fan of the book. It's one of my favorite books ever. I'm going to watch as many series as they put out of it because I'm a fan, because I've invested in the source material. This doesn't do enough. This doesn't give enough back
Not
for
nearly
people,
enough.
for an unknown, for someone who hasn't already been sold on the prospect to return. It's not. It's almost taking its audience for granted. Someone I do feel it upsets me to say it because I still like it. I still like it. I thought that episode had good things in it, but it didn't pay off for anyone.
No,
You
and
know,
like I haven't read any of the source material. It's all new to me, and it's just not enough. It really was just like an episode.
it was an episode, and this thing of this plague infesting the land, that's quite cool. It's quite a cool thing, also. And I'm going to tread carefully around this because of spoilers, because you know,
Tippy toes.
because it's spoilers for things not that still haven't happened, but something should have happened, and there are things that could have happened. There are big things that happened. One of them, God, I don't know if I should spoil this. I'm not going to spoil a really big thing. I'm going to spoil something that in the book isn't that big a thing.
Okay,
It's
do a
it's
little
not
thing.
it's not. I'm giving you a warning. If you want some warning, it is a spoiler. It's a spoiler for series two. Tune out for 2 minutes if you haven't read American Gods and you don't want to know something that happens. Bilquis is in the book. She is a little segregated side story that ties into the overall plot, but don't connect directly. And she is murdered in an incredibly brutal fashion.
Oh, this is exciting.
She gets run over by the guy in the limo, repeatedly until her body is like pate along the tarmac of the road. Like it gets reversed over until the bone and the skin is just sprawled across the road.
And
It would be, and I thought because they did so much, they brought her back in the last episode. They started building her up, adding a bit more of a background to her. I was like, right, they're building up to her murder, which is one of the instigators of this kind of the events that come to unfold. And
yeah,
in the book, that happens quite early on. I and it didn't happen, and it seems like now she's being brought in as another player in the events, which is slightly different. So, but
or
that
are
would have
the?
been
Would you not
that would
say
have
they're
been an
gonna
oh
leave it?
shit moment.
They're gonna like drag her storyline out so that she is like someone that's
Yeah,
sort of doing a thing in the background. Like I like how sort of the new god's way of reinventing her is basically giving her Tinder.
yeah, absolutely.
And at
Yeah,
the end of the show. It sort of said to me that the way that she invites that guy back to the toilet, asks him where the toilet is to go poo on him. Uh,
I don't think she's.
that's her taking a step back and not relying on the whole Tinder thing. And then the new gods are going to get angry because she's not doing that.
Maybe.
And then they'll run him over.
Maybe she's just got a hungry fanny.
I think she has, and a leaky bumhole.
Why's the bumble thing coming into this?
I feel like she poos on them as well.
Why? Why
not? It's not the most far-fetched thing of this show to think that.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's run with it. It's a funny thought. When
Is
season
it
2
funny?
what I think might happen is rather it be season 2, it'll be called part 2.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that.
Nah, it's gonna be called season 2, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
But sure.
Meh.
Yes, it's definitely going to. But there's good things in it. Like it was quite fun, and it's a cool idea. This idea of many perceptions of Jesus, because that's true, isn't it?
Yes, that was very cool.
Very cool, very interesting, and witty as well. Witty and smart and funny. There's loads I liked in it. There's Easter. I thought she was good. I thought some of the CGI was a little bit dodgy when he was doing the whole storm stuff. I thought him going, even though you knew it and I knew it. That's cool.
I didn't think it was cool at all.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, I thought it was cool. Because I think Ian McShane can make anything cool, to be honest.
It wasn't. They were trying to go for the powerful and dramatic kind of thing. And they didn't do it. They didn't pull it off.
I know what you mean. I think that was largely in part not to him so much as just swirling CGI storm around them, which I thought didn't sell it that well. It's just.
It's
I think it's asking too much of someone who isn't already invested in the text to wait a year to get a bit more of it. As someone, like I say, I'm going to watch it, but because I was always going to watch it. If you're not sold on it, I don't know why you would. I don't think it gives enough to its audience for them to return, to give back their viewing, to give back their time. I don't think it's earned people's time.
Not at all.
Which is sad, I think. Again, because, I think there's so much I like in it. There's so much I think is very well done. There's characters I like. Also, it is doing things that are different and interesting from the book, which I like and keeps me interested in guessing. But it's just, it needs more. I don't know. It needed more of a kind of ebb and flow, more of a structure, more peaks and troughs. That's something like Game of Thrones. If anything, I think the end of Series 6, Game of Thrones has. I'm a bit of a detractor of Game of Thrones in certain regards, but Game of Thrones has even the shitty series, which I think there are some people seem to ignore that there are a good 2 series that are flat out shit on Game of particularly 4 and the 2/3 of 5. I thought were absolute arse, like genuinely shit. But even those ones have big moments. The end of 5, where the guy gets his head fucking exploded by the mountain, stuff like that. Big moments. And then 6 has the biggest moments, if anything, I've seen ever on TV, which, and that's not coming from the biggest Game of Thrones fan, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. This doesn't have that, and it could have that because it's all there. And granted, it's a story more about ideas than it is about action. And even like when it goes, the war that they're kind of talking of, which they do kind of say that it is now coming. But they should have done, how it became a joke in the first Game of Thrones series, winter is coming. They needed that foreboding, that sense of make it almost a joke, repeat it, say not just like, oh, there might be a war, who knows, between these gods that we don't really know who they are, and there's only about 7 of them. You need to really lay the foundations. You need to give them something to chew on. Who's going to be going, okay, granted, all the crops dying, everything dying is quite a thing. I mean, but we haven't got anything to go, how's this going to affect anyone? What are we meant to be on the edge of our seats for?
That's it. They've gone for the whole big thing of it's quite an interesting idea, I thought, of they've taken spring away, they've taken the harvest away, so people are going to be praying for the harvest. Yeah, and that's how they're reinventing. I forgot Easter. Oh, that was a pleasant cough. That's how they're reinventing Easter. But That's all good, but we're not in that world. We're just watching some crops die, and then what's next?
Yeah, they're trying to force people into believing and praying and giving themselves. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because at least like Preacher, which I liked, I think had a really strong start, had a lot of filler. Preacher, don't get me wrong, Preacher had a lot of
Yeah, it
filler.
did.
My problem. Preacher had a lot of 3-star episodes, too many of them. Um, it had a good like 3, 4 episodes that you were just going, I'm just watching this to pad out the weeks, not to.
Sorry, I thought exactly that.
Yeah, but Preacher had a fucking ending. A town blew up, man.
Oh, and that was a good way for them to go, right, season 2 is definitely
Yeah,
not going to be located
like,
here.
exactly. It's like you were like, yeah, exactly, because people are like, well, the whole fucking town and everyone in it blew up. So where are they going to go from here? That's
Exactly.
something you go, cool, I'm in. I want to see. And incidentally, Preacher's out next month. And
I was
I
just
think
going to ask you that because we should definitely do that instead of ever thinking about doing this again.
no, I mean when this comes back around, I'm going to be watching it and I'm going to
Yeah,
be talking.
we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll just do like
In a year.
2 minute
Maybe we.
episodes.
Yeah, yeah. And it's weird because like I don't know, it's not to base it on anything, but like Empire magazine, I still subscribe to and I like. I don't always agree with, but they gave this show 5-star, and I mean,
Oh,
quality wise, the quality, yeah, it has the look, it has the production value of a 5-star show, but this isn't a 5-star show. This isn't good enough.
it was like you say, they're relying on their book community to keep this show going. They
Which
haven't.
isn't big enough. That's
It's
not
not.
enough.
They haven't gone right. Let's impress with this first season. We've got the gore. We've got the actual backing for a great story. Now let's put something in place that's going to work really well. And they haven't done that. They've filled it with a lot of filler, and they've gone for what they might have thought was an epic end of the season, but it really wasn't. It was pretty weak.
No, it wasn't enough, and
It's like, oh,
yeah,
there's going to be a war now. Oh, he says there's going to be a war. So I don't care. I feel like the war
we
is
haven't
just going to
we
be
haven't been given the
boring.
stakes. We haven't been
Yes.
given the stakes to care about the war. Like right now, if there's a war between these gods, why do I care?
Yeah,
Why
couldn't
does it
care less.
affect? Why does it affect Shadow? Why does it affect the average man, the human man in this world that we're watching? What's at stake?
We don't
You know?
actually have any perspective of like actual humans. Other than
And yeah, you
Shadow,
don't
but I
really
get
in
the
the
sense
book,
that
but
Shadow's this like special person that's actually going to be
yeah.
like he's going to be the key to this war.
Well, there's a funny thing of is he, isn't he, and it doesn't quite do. I will say it doesn't do. It's not the Matrix. He's not the one.
Ah,
It's smarter than that.
is he the Juan? Is he the Mexican Juan?
one. Yeah, no, he's not that. It's not that straightforward. And in some ways he is special, and in some ways he isn't special, which the book does really, really
That's like
interesting.
everybody.
No, but in a kind of in a way I'm not going to give things in too much, but in a way, in a certain manner, he is totally incidental, and then in another way, he is pivotal. It's strange. It's very smart. But God, there's such long passages in the book. There's this moment when they spend in a kind of like icy town, like in not quite Alaska, but like the northwest area of America, like in winter. It's a really good passage in the book, but that's a really long passage in the book, and we're nowhere near there yet.
Oh no!
And that's going to be a whole series, got it? Like, which it could be, and it could be a good one. It'll be, but again, then there's huge things that happen that I just want to say, but I'm not going to. But I mean, like, why? Who's going to stick around for it? Who cares?
That's it. I'm not looking forward to the promo, the trailers. I just like where American Gods is coming back. Be like, oh, cool, man.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of work. Basically, they're going to have to sell the things they've missed out on in this series in their advertising campaign.
Oh, I feel like just me, by going to people at work, oh, have you seen American Gods? That's more advertising than they've done for the show. I've done more with my mouth. We've done more to our 2 listeners.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Let's just see what happens. Let's move on to greater things. We've got Preacher coming out soon.
I'm really looking forward to Preacher. Actually.
I am looking forward to it now that it's had time to sit. It's got some great characters in there that I can't.
It has got some great characters. Exactly. I'm looking forward to spending time with those characters played by those actors. I'm hot for Preacher. Stay fucking tuned.
And we've got Game of Thrones coming soon.
Yeah.
Let's do that and all.
Ugh.
Mate,
I've never watched Game of Thrones as it comes out. I watch it like 2 months later and go, it's not that good.
Okay.
It's not. It's just, oh god. Even the 6. No. Okay. Like I say, I credit where credit's due. The final 2 episodes of the 6 series were some of the best things I've ever seen on television.
I agree.
Flat. It's just no question. But in terms of consistency, Game of Thrones is not fucking consistent. And this is also going from someone, my favourite band in the world's has a cameo in Game of Thrones, so I should fucking love it, because Mastodon play wildlings that get brought up from the dead, and apparently a couple of them are going to be in the new series for some reason as well, but whatever.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, but I'd still, it's just, and it annoys me that people are so blind to its failings. And I just think everything should be given a fair crack. And Game of Thrones has weirdly just been given this free pass. It's the show. It's just the show.
It's the show that everyone runs by.
And they're just absolute blinker to any of its faults, which in my opinion it has many, many of. Some of the acting's bloody. This is becoming a Game of Thrones criticism. The acting is hit and miss. There are some brilliant actors, really, really great actors. There are some shit actors. Big one of which, Kit Harington, Jon Snow, least charismatic human being I've ever seen on TV. He has no screen presence or charisma. He is the flattest, wet flannel of an actor nearly ever. He's like Hayden Christensen levels of wet flannel. They've managed to make his story cool in the end, but it took fucking 6 series. 6 series. I was like, I do not give a shit about Jon Snow. I don't care.
Maybe you're the only one. I think you are.
He's so boring. He's so boring.
You're jealous. God. You're jealous of his hair.
He's got good hair.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Keep tuned. We got some Preacher coming. We're going to have some big old long podcasty soon with a special guest, which Luigi is yet to tell me.
Yeah, I've got a special guest.
Let's hold it.
I'm just going to say we're going to
Jessica Alba.
Chat all up over music and that, and you can just go, I like Zealand
I listened to them once upon a time. I have been listening to some Muse music. I don't listen to Muse music. That's terrible. Don't ever do that. New music. So I've actually got an input for this music fest.
Well, what we're going to do is, I think, all of us, we're going to do, with a big music focus because of our music-oriented guest, but who's also knows more about fucking genre film than I do. He knows more about like horror and obscuro sci-fi shit than I do. And I know a shitload about that kind of crap. And he knows a hell of a lot about music, and specifically the genres and underground shit that I really like.
Dude knows a lot. Get it out.
Dude knows a lot, and we're going to be doing, I think, a review of the year so far. At 6 months into the year, we're going to look back on things that are topping our lists of films, of music, of if you've got any games.
I got
TV
some games.
shows.
I got some TV.
We're going to be doing a rundown of things that have really piqued our interest of the year as a kind of catch up, what we're looking forward to, and see if any of those things are going to be in our list by the end of the year.
Rad. I'm excited. Who is it?
His name is Mitch.
Who the hell is Mitch?
He is a friend.
Is it your like alter ego?
Yeah, it's me.
Instead of just going me, you, and your alter ego having a convo.
I got a
Okay,
really offensive accent.
Mitch, your friend, is going to be joining us.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Let's do it. Let's do this, man.
All right. Fuck off.
See ya.